Welcome, everybody, to Broadcast Team Alpha, where we bring you cutting-edge conversation while exploring the quantum possibilities. And we were even exploring the quantum possibilities before we ever got started, because we're meeting with a lot of just interesting energies, shall we say, that helped us to have to come on a bit late. But it's okay. We're intending above it. And we're going to have a great show tonight. Augie's going to tell you about our amazing guest in a minute. But as always, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being present with us. Thank you for the lively chat that goes on in the chat room. Thank you for your gifts of your super chats. It's always so much fun to see Augie jump up and down when he gets a super chat. And if you are new to us, I'm Nori Love. Augie Nust is my co-host, and he's going to tell you about our guest. But if you want to connect with us, you can email us at broadcastteamalpha@gmail.com. You can check out our website, broadcastteamalpha.com, and you can even come meet with us on Sundays, where we hold a mastermind connection meeting every Sunday, where we get together, we go into a meditative state, and we envision amazing things for people, for pets, for the planet, for the universe, and in the quantum realm, as we intend it, so it happens. If you're interested in joining us on Sunday, it's 2 p.m. Eastern. You can send us an email to, it's a long one, the THE Mastermind Connection, all one word, the THE Mastermind Connection @gmail.com. We'll send you the link. You can come join us on Zoom, see if you like it. And if you like it, you can just become part of the group. And it's an amazing group of people. So Augie, let's tell everybody about our guest.
Yes, I would love to do that. Boy, has this been an interesting day. Man, oh man. Like you were a little too kind and too diplomatic when you explained the day, Nori. It's been rough. Anyway, I'll just put that on the back burner for right now, and then I'm going to introduce our guest, because we have Jeni Cousins with us, and we're going to have some fun today, because we have a lady with us which has some unusual abilities. I know, because I'll talk to her. And for those of you that like to surf the internet while we have the show going, here is her website where you can go and have a look. It's soulworkwithjeni.com. soulworkwithjeni.com. And Jeni is an internationally known television host and psychic medium clairvoyant. He's a past life akashic records reader and a relationship coach, an intuitive life coach. And she is a Canuck. She's a Canadian. And she's been a TV host for about 4 years or so, I think. And now she's doing some other things also. So she also, after, sought guests on the radio shows. And she also has a column in a magazine called, the magazine is SF Yoga Magazine, and her column is called Just Ask Jeni Ji. And maybe you visit that one, because you can write to her and you can get some answers to some questions. Anyway, and for the next hour or so, she is all ours, because she's going to be with us. And we're going to have some interesting talks here, as well as in the latter part, the second part maybe of the show, we can take some questions in the chat room, and she will answer you. She does need a little bit of information from you, though. She needs your first name. You need to know if you're male or female. And most of the time that is kind of obvious anyway, but what if your name is Chris? And we don't know a thing, do we? So anyway, she also needs your zodiac sign. and then a specific yes or no question, if all possible, or a question that she can answer. So this is going to get good. You can get some answers here. And, well, I've been talking too long, so welcome to the show, Jeni.
Welcome, Jeni.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for being here tonight with you both. I'm very grateful. Thank you for inviting me.
So happy to have you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So I have to always ask, like, a personal question, if I may. How did all this start? How did all this start for you? How did you discover your gifts and your talents, and how did life lead you to where you are now?
Well, I knew when I was 4 that I was very different. I didn't connect with anybody. I did not want to be with the family I was with when I was 4. I felt that I didn't belong in this world, and I'd just stare and look at the moon, and I couldn't sleep. So I was having problems sleeping one night, and I went into my parents' room at the time, and I slept with them, and they had like a window that was open, and there was the full moon, and I was laying back, and I was like in tears, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be with this family. I don't know where I am. I don't want to be on this planet wherever I'm at. I don't, all of that. So all of a sudden I had, there's like a being, like some type of a being, like angelic being of some sort, that all of a sudden appeared in front of me. And I just felt this beautiful energy of like just calmness and nothing but love. And, we're connecting with each other like telepathically. And, I was saying, I don't want to be here. I want to go home, meaning back to where I came from. And she's like, no, you're here to stay. And I was like arguing with her. I'm like, no, I don't want to be here. I don't like this family. I don't want to be here. So I know, and I'm 4, and I can remember this as clearly as I'm saying this right at this second. And so anyways, she had told me, no, you're here to clear some issues. You wanted to come back into this lifetime where you are with this family because you're here to clear and resolve karmic issues and to help others. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't want to do that. Right. So then I started telling her, no, I want to go back again. So anyways, I felt this overwhelming energy of complete love. I was instantly calm. She was sending me this energy, and then all of a sudden I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I just knew my life had changed, and I was only 4. So, as I got older, of course, I started I started to see lots of things, and I thought everybody could see it, right? I thought it was normal. So as I started to say things to my parents, like, why am I seeing, I said, you got this pink color or green color around you. So anyways, they took me to the eye doctor because they thought I was going blind, colorblind, something, right?
Right.
So lots of things started happening. And I started getting involved and reading more stuff online. And my neighbor, he was somebody that was very, very spiritual, and he totally used to freak me out because whenever he'd look at me, I could read his whole soul in a second. And and I was outside and I was in tears one day, and he comes out and he goes, "You're seeing stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm going crazy." So anyways, he started telling me that why I was here. And he started my studies, like my esoteric studies, when I was 14. The only thing I was really connecting with was like Alice Bailey and Helene Blavatsky and the Tibetan Master Kwali. And that's the only energy I was connecting with, because it was like, I don't know if you've read those books or not, but as I started reading the books, I'm like, okay, this is very complex, but yet I was getting it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What a beautiful beginning. Yep. I get it.
Yes. Yeah. So I just
tell you what,
started going to more seminars. What's that?
well, what you explained there, Jenny, that sounds so familiar. I remember too when I was a little kid that I wanted to run away with the circus. I didn't want to be where I was. In fact, I had a chance to do that once, running away with the circus, because I could do some, kind of unusual things. And I didn't want to be here either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, I know it brings, and if you notice, because I've seen like other people with abilities, like I've watched different interviews, and some of them are saying, yeah, when I was 4, and I'm like, isn't that interesting? 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's when we're that young, we're still so close to source. And when we perceive that we're having an energetic mismatch with the people around us because they don't hold the same gifts and, energies and perspectives, we just know that we're like, oh yeah, I don't want to be here. This doesn't feel good. Yeah. I want to be with people who are like me. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. And I didn't connect with anybody. I connected with my neighbor, even though he freaked me out, right? But I connected with him. He was one of the first people, because I used to babysit for him and his wife. And he was the first person I really connected with. And I started actually my studies with him. And, he was the one and I'd be like, okay, what do I start reading? What do I do? And he was the one, he goes, no, you got to get on the esoteric Alice Bailey and all of that. And I'm like, okay. So that started it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, get this. 10 years old, my father, I grew up in New York. My father worked at the World Trade Center. He was a blue-collar worker, electrician. Very unlikely person to be doing this. Hands me a book. I still have the book, and it's all yellow and falling. It's disintegrating. It's that old. And it was a book that said you can change your life through psychic awareness.
Wow.
And I was 10 years old, and I studied that book right through my early adolescence. And, that was so interesting. As I look back now, he is the most unlikely person to have given me that book, So funny how we get our beginning.
Yeah. And as you look back on it, you understand it, right? Like at that time, you're like, oh, wow. But when you look back on it, I'm like, okay, now I understand, of course, why this has happened. And that's why I do a lot of past life readings and stuff, because it's like, I get it. I understand. And it really helps people understand why these things are happening and how to resolve it and such.
So that's a good topic, because what do you think are the benefits of people doing past life readings? What do you see people receive from that?
Well, I mean, like whenever I do past life readings, like I always bring up past life every reading. It just automatically comes out. And if like somebody is struggling with certain situations or issues with like karmic situations, and I'm like, okay, this person here, because when I read somebody, I read into their level of consciousness first to see where they're at. And then I scan all of their past lives, and then I take a look at, see where they are today. And then I'm like, okay, this is why you have come back into this lifetime. You have these karmic issues and situations to clear with. And I'll give names of this person and that person with your career, with your job, and that's why it's like, you know what, I'm so drawn. And then it helps that person come to terms with, oh, now I know why I was born into that family, or now I know why I was in that really rocky relationship, or like all of that kind of stuff is answered, right? You know, some people, I really like this culture or this religion. And I'm like, because that's a part of your, once upon a time, your past life. And that's why I read the soul. I don't need to physically see someone. I read the energy, because it's automatic. It's automatic.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Mm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It seems like we have different stories, but there's a lot of similarities that is behind it.
Yeah. 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 You know, like everybody has, you know, their own evolution and journey to go through. And you know, some people, you know, they have to have something like some catastrophe or traumatic situation happen. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I was reborn. Like, because of that situation, you know, now my calling has completely changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a criminal, for an example, you know, it's like that they're doing all of these criminal things for years. Something happens regardless of what, and all of a sudden they're like, you know what, like, I'll never want to do that ever again. They have this awakening. An awakening, of course, you know, can come at any time, at any second, just snap of the finger. I go into trances constantly, and things can change and shift and transcend in seconds.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very quick. Wow. That's why I meditate a lot. That's why I don't, that's why for me, like, I don't usually go around a lot of people because I'm so sensitive. I can pick up on so many different people, and you know, if I'm going somewhere, I already know how it's going to go. I already know what they're going to say to me and what they want and how it's going to go before I even go.
That must be like being at a noisy party for you.
It is, you know, and then when I go somewhere, you know, sometimes I won't go because then people are like, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? You know, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just coming here just so I can sit back and enjoy myself and not read into you guys. Right. I just want to enjoy my life. Right. Can
you turn it off?
No, it's on all the time. Right. Like if I started hearing some message coming in, you know, depending, then it'll come in and out really quick. And I'm like, okay, thank you, Spirit. Right. So I can kind of tune it down. But then if there's a message that's supposed to be said, like just to give you an example, I did a reading for somebody, and his girlfriend had got killed. And because I'm also a medium. So then anyways, you know, he goes away after appointment. And then I started getting these messages from his girlfriend who had passed on, and it's late at night. And I'm like, okay, I'll send him a message tomorrow. And she would not let me get back to sleep until I sent him a message. And I'm like, I'm not calling him. It's 2 a.m. I am not going to do that. Right. So it got to the point that I couldn't sleep, that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to text him. There's your message. And I said, I'm really sorry. I really hope you have your phone turned off. However, there's your message. As soon as I sent him that message, it went away. And I'm like, thank you. Now I can sleep.
Wow. That's interesting. Now that happened to me when I was a little kid. But then I put my foot down and said no to it. I turned it off, but I had to turn the whole thing off.
Oh.
You know, I mean, it was like I put a wall up for many, many years until later in my life. Yeah. Really interesting. Yeah. So
yeah, because I did that before. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, I love that you're doing it, and you're doing it in such an expansive way. It's wonderful. Wonderful. So what's a day like for you?
Well, a day for me is, I mean, I get up and I meditate every morning. I meditate for world peace, world kindness, unconditional love. And I send a lot more unconditional love to the dark forces, to someone who's very negative, to help them. Because if there's like a person, like a negative person or somebody that's trying to hurt somebody else, let's say, they need love. So I will purposely send them love. I mean, everybody else, of course, too. and world peace and all of that. And then I start saying, okay, Spirit, what's coming up for me? How's my day going to go? And whatever message that comes through. And then I start my day. I'm up early because I have to take my dog out for a walk. And yeah, I know. So then I will meditate again at night before I go to bed, or any other times during the day too. It just really depends how my day is. So I'm purposely now blocking time out for me a little bit better. So I can take some time out for me, and like, I'll get back to people, I'll get back to messages and stuff. So, and it's nonstop messages. Yeah. Yeah. So it could be anything. I could be doing anything. I could be writing. I could, messages, anything.
So do you get impressions about, let me just go back for a minute. I love that you send love, to the dark energy. We do that in the mastermind on Sunday, because even, the most nefarious, darkest, most evil entity out there, if you offer them the light, they might change their mind and say yes that day. So I love that.
I've had that happen.
You have? I love that. Wow.
Yeah, a few times.
Are you getting impressions for, big things, the world, for things on the global stage, or?
I do. Like, I never watch the news. I just zoom in on it, right? Like I'll watch the news. If I need a traffic report, I'll watch the news. If I know somebody who's going to be on it or whatever like that, and I'll just zoom in on the energy and see what I'm feeling and getting. Like if I wanted to, like travel somewhere, for an example, it doesn't matter if I've been there or not. I will be like, okay, what energy am I feeling from where I want to go to or where I want to zoom in? And I go by that, not what's on the media.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yes. And so do you have like office hours where you do readings for people, or how does that work?
Yeah, I do have like my bookings. I do book in my clients. Like that's my priority, of course. And then I get last minute readings, of course, at any time. And I work for a network out of the Ukraine, and I help people from the Ukraine as well. And it's interesting how that came about. It was like 2 months before the war started, and I'm like, well, now I know why I'm there, right? Yeah,
amazing.
So I'm taking a lot of messages per day with that, and checking in on things, and doing a lot of guidance and readings and lots of different things I'm doing with them. Because it's like, if I can help just even one person to give them a peace of mind, then my job is done for the day. Well, not for the day, but it's like you bring one person peace, that one person with contentment and peace can change 100 other people or anything, right? It's like that spiral, worldwide brotherhood, sisterhood energy of universal love and oneness, right? So I do my readings during the day and such like that with people, and take a little time out for me when I can. I was working at a hospice before, on and off call, but I recently left that. And so I can put a lot more focus on, like my work as well, and, helping humanity and anybody who needs help and guidance.
Well, God knows we need you right now. Sage in the chat room was wondering if you pick up on what, that's her name. If you pick up on what's coming, in general, she said she does, and it changes.
Yeah, her just actually, I'm getting information about her already.
Wow.
It can come in quite quickly. Actually, just with her right now, let's say, she has she's going to get connected with a lot of worldly people herself, and she has that healer energy in her to help and heal a lot of people herself. So she has to start looking at the bigger picture for herself and utilize that to shift and move forward.
Wow.
She's
Nice.
very old soul. So, but what's the question? Sorry.
She was asking if you get, glimpses on what's coming, in the world.
Yeah. I try not to look, but what I'm seeing is, especially right now, let's say with the virus and such, that's going to settle down even more so towards the end of 2024, to where it's going to be like, where did the virus go?
Good.
A lot of, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be with people or whatever like that. And you're going to find, even now, even if you take a look back, even recently, the past, and this is all karmically from, nobody can run from karma, of course, right? So if we take a look at all of these masks that have come off people, meaning not the physical masks, but their true colors have been exposed. All of these, like, important people, let's say leaders, so-called politicians, whoever it is, and a lot more is going to be coming to the surface. And it's going to be to the point where nobody's going to want leaders anymore, because nobody's going to trust them. Oh, that's why, like, a lot of true colors are being shown, right? So it doesn't matter what leader. That's why I've never voted, to be very blunt. And the reason I've never voted is because they're all full of BS, right? And I was invited to the UN Peace Conference, where there was like worldwide diplomats and presidents and like you name it, everybody was there. And because I don't pay attention to politics, right? It was like a peace assembly, worldwide, national. Some man started talking to me, right? And he says, "So what do you think of the gallery?" And I didn't know who he was. Like, I brought my friend as a one-on-one, because she was into that, and I'm like, okay, you can come as my one-on-one, then you can enjoy it. So and he goes, "So what do you think of this?" And I said, "You know what? Between me and you, I think all of this is just a bunch of BS, right?" And I went on and on. Yep. And my friend comes over and she goes, "Oh my God, Jeni, do you know who you're just talking to?" And I'm like, "No." I don't. She's like, "That was so and so and so," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, doesn't matter. Energy is energy." So, like, I talk to all walks of life. Like, all walks of life, from very well-known people to, my neighbor, janitor, whoever it is, right? And you're going to see that these so-called leaders, they're all going to be like disappearing. One of my main concerns is, of course, 2030. Actually, it's interesting how somebody talked to me earlier about 2030, brought it up, let's say, and 2030, the last place I want to be in is Washington. I keep on hearing nuclear. I keep on hearing missiles. I keep on hearing get away, get out of there. Around that time in the energy, more people are going to be like coming together. If you've even noticed it, how people are walking away from their homes, or they're selling their homes, and more people are like, you know what, I'm going up into the mountains. I'm going to build a cabin. I can't be involved with this politics and this and this and this and that. Like, things like that. Like, a lot of things, people are seeing the reality and the truth with what's really happening, what's really all about power and greed. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, to put it very lightly. Right? I could go on bluntly, but
There are some questions in the chat room. I just want to ask you this really quick. There was you and I were talking while we were waiting for the crazy energies to settle down, and there was a moment you got really quiet, and I thought, I wonder if Jeni's picking up on anything from me. Did you?
Like, what happens is I read many different ways, and as soon as somebody starts talking, I start getting messages coming in, right? Of course. And I'm not gonna.
Anything I should know? Anything important?
Well, nothing bad. Like, nothing bad. Okay. Like, what I keep on hearing, like, for you is like your work. It's gonna really expand. By the way, I literally hear. I see dolphins around you for some reason. I know you're where you are, but and I'm seeing you're gonna get asked by someone, they're going to be like, "You know what, Nori, we would really love for you to actually come, not virtually, right? You can do virtually, but to actually come and like do a talk and do a teaching of some sort. You know, it's like you're doing like public speaking, like a talk with like, and with people and such like that. So
thank you. I love it.
Yeah. And writing, I heard writing, like writing. Huge. That's the first thing I heard. Like, I don't know if you're writing now, but I see you writing, and you're going to find also, and you probably already have started like channeling more information coming through with things and started writing it down. Like I remember, just give you a quick example. Like I got like so many books that I've written, they're not out, right? And I sat down one time just to say, you know what, I just want to write here for 10 minutes. Right. And I'm like, it was like, I started like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. What's going on? It was like 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And
Wow.
8 hours.
Just evaporated, right?
Like, I thought like, blah, blah, what? Like, yeah.
So the cat.
Well, I think you're right on, Lori, though, because she is just now starting a class now shortly, as well as she has done a lot of writing. And in fact, there's a book that's got to be rewritten, was just put out again. So she's doing it both, and you caught that.
Yeah, you're spot on, really good.
Yeah, and also too, what I heard. I mean, because we're live, I'm not going to go like personal stuff, right? But I saw just a flash of your past life, and I literally can see you. No wonder we're all connected. I literally can see you like in the white, like jacket, like a doctor, but you're like this scientist connected, a scientist connected, scientific environment or something. But I keep hearing the dolphins for you too. So you actually very well could even get asked to do a talk or class or workshop or something where there's dolphins. If it's like Hawaii, I heard Hawaii. I kept on hearing Hawaii.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like anywhere where there's dolphins, but I'm like, wow, I'm like, wow, I love that. I'm like, I'll go.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll call you. You come with me. So, Kat, I'm going down the line here. Catherine Ann Wright said that she would love a reading. Catherine Ann Wright, Vedic Scorpio with K2 Mercury, first house. Love is here. Does it land early August, or should I portal out of here?
You have to keep your heart open, because I know that like Catherine, you have like a lot of different trust issues and stuff like that. And I understand that. And I get that. If anything, what I'm hearing for you is you're going to take kind of this time out for you. Your intuition, by the way, you probably have noticed it's gotten a lot stronger. And I keep on hearing water, west coast for you coming in wherever you are. I don't know, but I see you more so by the water. You have this real leadership ability with you. And,
he's in Hawaii.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know, but yeah, no wonder there's the water. And so continue on your path more so for yourself. And I can see like this, as far as this love thing, I can see like this other energy, and I can feel the soul connection and the vibe there. It's clearing up. I can see you kind of going on a whole different pathway, and your intuition is going to be off the rocks.
That's true. You know, I made a mistake. She's on the West Coast. But she's always by water, so I
West. I think I said West Coast, right?
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, Linda said, "My name is Linda. I'm an Aquarian. What can the universe tell me about my recent changes in life decisions?"
Linda. Okay. Again, trust issues is what I'm hearing as well. And I understand that you have a lot of energies around you and that are also coming to you. It's like this energy is grasping a hold of you, grasping your energy and trying to deplete you. Really tune into your intuition, because you're connecting with a lot of different players, people who aren't putting all of their truth on the table for you. A hair color change or something, or a hair color style, that I don't know, I heard that coming in right away too. And you need to detox a little bit. Hang on here. You need to detox. You need to let go of a lot of different toxic energies around you, Linda, because if you don't, honestly, it's affecting your body. So you need to start detoxing your body. And first of all, really be realistic. Take that step back and really see who it is around you. I know that, of course, you know, karmic people and situations, I get it. We have to clear energies, but you've got a lot of people around you that aren't being honest. You have to think of you right now. Like, you have to think of you right now. That's so important, because if you don't, that's going to cause your body to go out of alignment, which could create other different types of situations coming in. And you don't want that. You need to algae in your body. Chlorella, spirulina. Yeah, spirulina, chlorella. Yeah.
So Rachel Robinson said, any information about me?
Do you know what sign she is?
Rachel, what sign are you?
Yeah, I'm hearing teacher. She got that teaching, very intuitive as well right away. Intuitive teacher. She needs to focus more so even on, she's very creative. I can see her taking little things together and expanding on it. She needs to take more risks as well. Yeah, it's like that teacher in her. The world is yours to explore, and be ready for that, because it's like that inner voice that you've been fighting with, that you've been trying to have a conversation with, when we're like, okay, I don't want to do that right now, or I'm not ready for that. You need to get ready and jump into that, because we're all here, especially right now with this Lionsgate portal. Oh my God, we're all here to embrace who we are, utilize that, and own it. We all have gifts and abilities and talents to share with everybody else. And you're very gifted, Rachel. Very gifted. Mary Magdalene energy too, I hear, by the way.
Aw, that's wonderful. So Joy, I don't have her astrological sign.
Healer. She's a healer. She's actually a healer. Sorry, right away I heard. But go on.
What changes do you see in my work and/or finances in the next month or two?
Yeah, no, again, for Joy, I keep on hearing she's this entrepreneurial type energy, entrepreneurial person, and she needs to expand her business. She needs to like get out of her comfort zone. And there's going to be somebody like right now, I would be saying, okay, Spirit, I am open for what's best for my higher self and my highest opportunity. I am ready. Because when you do that, you are going to find, especially within the next, see the number 6 weeks, even 6 days, if you work with this energy right now, there's going to be somebody that's going to help you utilize your business and really expand it. So don't second guess. It's almost like what you're doing is good, but it's like it has that energy that's stuck right now. It's like, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? And I get that. That's why if I was stuck, that's exactly what I do. Spirit, I'm open to what's best for my higher self and highest purpose. I am ready, and I surrender it. I surrender every single thing completely. And when you do that, that's why I work in channel with the Christ consciousness. So it's like when you do that, you're going to see things starting boom, 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 especially right now.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's great.
Here's another one. Christina is asking, and her sign is Aquarius.
A lot of Aquarius.
She says, I am really struggling in my life right now and need guidance. I keep getting hit with challenges after challenges, and I wonder if life will ever get better for me. I'm looking to find my purpose.
Yeah, she's clearing. Christina, you have that leadership quality in you. Like, you're very, very, very independent when you own it. You're clearing so much karmic situations right now as well, right? This is a year when you really, really, really have to listen to your soul and follow your passions. When you really start following your passions, it doesn't matter what it is. We all have our own purpose and destiny and reason why we're here. You're going to find that things are going to start to open for you, and you're going to walk the path. I just hear that independence in you. You could run a company, right? And again, you need to let go of these other small time people with, just to be very blunt, it's the easiest way to put it. Start thinking about yourself in that leadership position, because you do go back even into a past life. I'm hearing law. I'm hearing that you also have this yogic side to you that's connected. You're this amazing teacher. So when you own that, you have to think big. Think big. Start writing down what you would like to do. Start writing down your passions. Just start writing down your passions, and really follow. I'm hearing study books coming in. Don't worry about how you're going to get the money or when it's going to happen. That's completely irrelevant. And when you do that and surrender it, okay, I want to move into this direction, you're going to find that you're going to start studying into something new, and it's going to expand. Next year at this time, look back on today's date.
Really good. Really good. So I'm trying to go down the line here, Og. My name is Eric, and I'm a Gemini. Will my financial investments pay off soon, and will estranged family members return to me in the near future? Thank you, and blessings to you.
Oh, thank you. Eric, this year for you could be really, 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 I'm hearing reunions. A lot of family healing, by the way. I'm hearing a mother energy is like a healing energy is going to come through for you. If you see your mother or your mother in spirit, I keep hearing motherly healing for you. Your work right now, it's going to really expand, and you're going to even find within the next 3 weeks, even that I'm seeing new work coming in, like new investments, new contracts, new things coming in for you. So it's going to be a really, really good year. You just have to decide what direction you want to go, like really what direction you want to go. But family, mother, especially a mother healing, it's going to be soon. Like, this is August, so it very well could even be like right away here. This month I'm hearing. And if it's something where, let's say, you're concerned about your mother, talk to her. Even let's say if you said, okay, but she's not well or she's not here or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Energy is energy. But the reunions, I see travels, I'm seeing for you too. Embrace the travels. By the water, especially for you. You've been really like working hard. You have to take time out for you is what I'm hearing. You need more time to rest. Take time out. You can't work like 100 hours a day. You need to take time out for you, because then you're going to start getting those messages in.
Really good. Paolo Vecchioni, I don't know if I said his last name right, said, Gemini male, is the path I'm on now with my career will lead me to my goal.
The first name V-I-C? V-I-C?
No,
like
his name is Paolo.
Oh, Paolo. Okay. And sorry, what was the question?
Yep. I'm a Gemini male. Is the path I'm on now with my career leading me to my goals? Thank you, and bless you.
Yes, I do hear that. I can see you walking on this road that you're going on right now, but also too, especially October, November, around that, even September, right? Maybe the last week of September going into November, you're going to find that what you're doing right now, you're going to see, oh, isn't that interesting? I can see you learning. Be open for new opportunities, because you're going to find that what you're doing right now, it's like reading a book. Let's say you're reading a book and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that I like that. What is that about? You know, it's a different subject. It's a different energy altogether. And you're like, you know, I'd like to look into that. That's interesting. You're going to start expanding your work where you're going right now. You have that healing quality in you with you as well. I'm hearing also too, by the way, I'm not going to go personal because this is a little personal, but I'm hearing inner child wounding, without going into details, of course, because it's personal, that you've been healing from a father energy, regardless if it's here, your father is still alive or not. You're healing from that. I'm seeing tears with you. And you are on the right path. You are on the right path. Continue. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Two more. Joan is a female. She's a Leo. Will I find work? And if
Joan?
yes, what will I do? Joan.
Joan, Joan. I hear the writer in Joan. I'm hearing media in Joan. You need to really, really follow your passions. If you followed your passions right now, things are really going to take it right off the rock for you, like meaning in a really, really, really good way. This can be a huge year for you, by the way. If you gravitate and grab this energy right now and utilize it, you're going to find that by the end of this year, especially if you stay focused, that your wishes are going to come true. Like stay focused. Like you've got to really, really stay focused, because this energy right now is really, really going to work with you. Really going to work with you. And also too, I'm hearing, there's also a healing for you that's coming in. It could be a motherly energy of some sort.
Very nice.
So
very nice.
Yeah.
So this is from Nancy. She's our moderator and longtime friend. Could Jeni see if a good friend of mine is still with us? He lived in New York City. His name is Michael. He loved antique books, and I have not been able to reach him.
I'm hearing the heart with Michael, by the way. Michael is taking time out from Michael. And you will hear from him. You will hear from him. His energy is very heavy. He's got a lot going on. Like when I'm feeling heavy energy, it's because somebody has a lot going on, right? A lot of burdens, a lot of things. And he's very overwhelmed. He's taking time out for himself. He's trying to focus more on himself and let a lot of different things go. And when you hear from him, which you will, when you hear from him, you're gonna be like, wow, that's a really big change. It's a really, really big change. I keep hearing the heart. Like I keep hearing the heart. He could have some little bit of health issues as well too.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but he's looking for a change. He's really, really looking to restructure his whole life in many different ways. He got like kind of dragged down the wrong rabbit hole kind of thing, as I call it, right? We can easily get distracted, get dragged down by the wrong people.
Beautiful. Well,
and then we have another one here that is Philip.
Okay.
And he's September 30, Libra, it says. And he asked, can you see anything about my life?
Philip. He needs to balance. He needs to trust more. Like it's like the guards are up, right? I keep on seeing like your guards are up. You need to let your guards down. You need to open up your heart, connect more with your soul. Like we all have, of course, our ego and our soul. It has to be balanced. You need to open your heart and trust more. You very well could even be pondering on in time, like getting back more in touch with family or going and visiting family members and such like that, healing and letting certain things go, family connected for you. Watch your car, by the way. Don't want to scare you, but like get your car service, like meaning like check your oil if your oil is low. Like if you have little issues with your vehicle, those little issues could add up and you might need a new vehicle. And also too, by the way, in your vehicle, make sure your car door is locked, and do not leave any like valuables where somebody could look in and say, oh, there's a bag there or a laptop or whatever like that. Just make sure you don't leave any valuables out in the open, and make sure your doors are locked.
Thank you. So just a couple more, and then we'll ask you to tell people how to reach you. Hannah is an Aquarian, and Hannah asks, a lot of us here, right?
I know a lot of Aquarians today.
Will I be working with dogs?
Aw, that's so nice. I love that. I'm a dog lover too. I can actually see, Hannah, that you are, if you want to work with dogs, you can work with dogs. I'm seeing you being more independent. I'm seeing you being like more self-employed than, let's say, working for a pet store, just for an example. So I can see you getting things. You also need some kind of a training or like, and I can see you doing that. I'm seeing study books. I'm seeing you getting really focused, and it's like you might need a degree or something, or like a first aid course or something with animals. So that way, I'm seeing a blog, I'm seeing a website for you. Yes, but I'm also too seeing that that could also expand. I'm hearing health and wellness as well for you too. You might even be balancing a couple of different things. And I'm seeing like more so like an acreage, like land more so than city. There's a message for you on the land, by the way. When you're out on the land, if it's a nature walk or whatever it is, really pay attention to what you find on your walk, because that's a sign for you. And it very well could be like an eagle feather or something, like something that stands out. It's not just going to be like we always find stuff naturally, but this is going to stand out for you. So really, really embrace that. Embrace that.
So great. So
yes. I have another one for you.
Augie, let me do this one first, okay? And then you can go.
Oh, okay.
This is from Mac. He's from India.
Is it Matt?
It's Mac. I want to know about my daughter's health. She's Leo. He's Leo, and he's Manu Malhotra. Date of birth August 14th, 86.
Okay, so he's worried about his daughter. His daughter's health. What's his daughter's first name? Just the first name?
Mac,
right. Actually, I can scan it.
Amira.
Oh,
her name.
Okay, so
Amira.
she's okay. So, of course, this is like a past life thing, by the way. So she has come into the world to teach you. Her fingers, by the way, are very magical. Like I literally see a bunch of fairies and angels around her and stuff. She's got very healing fingers. She's a healer. So she has come into this world. You know, like I know lots of different healers, so-called healers, as I call it. And the real healers, you know, that I know, they have been through like some very serious health issues. And they know how to heal themselves. So she's trying to teach you to have more patience. She's going to be okay. Like I can see there's issues and things like that. And she's just kind of looking around and checking out and things like that. Right. She also, crown on the top. She needs some energy clearing, a lot of energy clearing as well. If you can even do it, you can even ask her guide to come in and clear her, and ask her, just say, you know, we're going to clear you with your angels and your guides. And when you say that to her, look into her eyes, and you're going to see in her eyes, she's going to send you a message with her eyes.
Beautiful. All right, Augie, I'm sorry. I just had to ask that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That is good. Yeah. And I have a friend over in Norway, Lars, over in Norway. Lars Stocka. He says he's the Leo, and he wanted to know what you see for him.
Okay. I can see him actually getting healthier, by the way. It's almost like what he's been struggling with right now, things are going to start clearing for him. Things are going to start clearing for him. I can see him, he's kind of like thinking, do I stay or do I go? He needs to really pay attention to his intuition. If he wants to move, let's say if he's pondering on, should I be moving? I can see something coming up for him where he'll be even a lot more happier if he does want to move. And something, as soon as you said Norway, I heard something connected with electric for some reason. Something electrical. I mean, it's not like he's going to get like a shock or something. Something more connected with electricity and electrical issues in Norway. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But he just needs to, he needs a change. He needs to get like, it's like what he wants to do right now. He needs to really start writing it down and manifesting things and stuff like that. And he will find within 3 months, things are going to be a lot different if he focuses on that for himself.
Wow, fabulous. Fabulous. So Jeni, tell people how they can reach you.
Well, I mean, I'm all over social media, but the best way to reach me is to go to my website. And, you can send me a message to book a reading. I'm sure you guys put my website like in there somewhere or whatever.
What is your website?
My website is soulwork with Jeni, JENI.com. Soul, SOUL work with Jeni.com. I called it soul work because it's the work that's done from within. Even my show, when I had my television show, I called it soul work because it comes from the work within.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, and we just now put your website in the chat room also, so people can see it there.
Okay. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best way. Like I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Pinterest, YouTube. I'm all out there. I've done a lot of different interviews and shows and on radio shows, and I'm in a few different magazines. I've been interviewed in different magazines as well. Like you put my name out on the Google it, everything should come up. A lot of things will come up.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And for who was it? Let's see here. There's way too many questions for us to be able to do all this. Right. So we just got and Lars over in Norway. Hey, contact mig på Facebook. Så vi kan snacka då. And that was his language. So, all right.
Yes.
All right.
Gosh. This was so much fun.
It was fun. It went so fast. Thank you, Jeni. Mm-hmm.
I'm so grateful, for having the opportunity to come on, and be a part of the show. I think it's amazing what you guys are doing, and I can really see it starting to expand and such like that. So I'm very grateful, grateful for being able to come on today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so great to have you.
I have watched some of your videos, Jeni, and they're incredible. Some of the stuff you talk about, and also the people that you've been able to help, the stories that you have from us talking before. And I tell you, folks, just get in touch with it. It just might change your life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I also help you work through issues with ease. If you're struggling with whatever it is, and it's all about unconditional love and no judgment, because the number one law of the universe is do not judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk to all walks of life, so it doesn't matter who it is. Energy is energy.
Yep.
Energy is energy.
The
Wonderful.
Rich people and poor people are still the same problems. Rich people or poor people don't make any difference.
Yeah. Oh, it's irrelevant. Sometimes some of the poorest people are the happiest because then they don't have to worry about all of the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't, it all comes on your state of consciousness. It doesn't matter where you are, what you have, it's irrelevant. It's where you are at that moment. And you could be, doesn't matter where you can be. It's be in that moment. Stay in the now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeni. Thank you, Augie. Thank you, everybody in the chat room. Thank you, Mac. Another well done show. Please, before you leave, guys, please hit the thumbs up button if you like the show. Come back and see us next week. And Jeni, will you come back and see us too?
Oh, anytime.
Future?
Anytime.
Right.
Anytime I would absolutely love to.
Oh, that'd be great. And for you out there that hasn't subscribed yet, if you are on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. So, and also the bell so you can find out when the next show is coming out. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, Jeni.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm very grateful. It was wonderful.
We'll see you again.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.